So we'll go ahead and get this party started off. Once again, I want to welcome you guys to this very special presentation with the early visionaries of e-estate. That's what they're calling us right now. We're just some people who like to go out and help people with incredible opportunities. And this is one of those opportunities that we really get to help people, and especially in this real estate space and tokenization, which is definitely changing and impacting our financial system in an incredible way. And we're so excited that we get to be pioneers in this space to make some incredible things happen, right? So what I want to do is I want to get you guys familiar with the gentlemen that are on the line with me today. A lot of you all already know me, but I want to make sure that everybody has an introduction to everybody that's going to be talking today. So first, I'll kick it off with my guy Darrell Porter. Man, he's absolutely phenomenal. The first time I actually talked to this guy, I could tell his heart. I could tell what his heart was for people, and he was a guy that I respect so much because of all that he's doing and all that he is about. So I'm not going to steal your thunder, brother, but if you just want to come on, introduce yourself to the people, let them know what you're all about.
Hey, Anthony, I appreciate it, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome, brother. Hey, right back at you, man. You don't know, but it's good for you to, make sure you're setting a good example out there. You never know who's following you, man. I followed you for years, and I'm have a lot of respect for you as well. But my name is Darrell Porter. Some of the people on here already know who I am. I think I got some guests on the line as well. But I've been in this space, man, for over 20 something years, and I've seen, good companies come, good companies go. Been in the passive space since about 2019. I am retired military too, by the way. But I've been in the passive space since about 2019. And those of you who know this space know that this is like the wild, wild west. You got good companies that come and go. You lose a lot of money in this space, and you look for great companies and great companies where you can take good calculated risk with. And that's what I found in this company, man. So when it was presented to me, it was a no-brainer. I don't know we're gonna get more into that, but that's who I am, man. I'm just happy to be here. Call myself a Kingdom Wealth coach. 'Cause I like to teach wealth from a biblical perspective. I know we got a lot of believers on here, so if you hear me going down that road, that's just who I am. I'm sorry. So I apologize in advance. But I appreciate your time, man.
I love it, brother. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, we're on the same path, so it's going to be an exciting call right there, man, for everybody. And I thank you for that introduction, man. People will know the powerful leader that you are through this presentation and how you deliver the information as we have this conversation. So that's going to be powerful there. So I want to go ahead. We're going to move over to Coach Rashid. Now I've known this gentleman for a little bit longer, and he is. I'm telling you, I got to meet him in person down in DC. I think it was the first time we got to meet in person and everything. And I'm telling you, man, he's an absolute powerhouse. He has so much respect in this space as well. But once again, I'm not going to steal his thunder, but I'm going to bring on Coach Rashid Hill on. Brother, if you could just introduce yourself to the people, that'll be wonderful.
Awesome, awesome, man. Look, I appreciate it, man. I've been all day long saying, look, clear my schedule. Don't nothing distract me because I'm going on with some powerhouse brothers tonight. Oh my goodness, man, it's surreal, man. I mean, I'm so excited to be with you guys because, like you said, man, in DC, I'm just like Brother Porter. I knew you from through other people. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if you know Anthony, but there was people that were saying, because I was doing presentations nonstop for like 2 years straight, right? And they were like, "Man, you remind me of Anthony. You know Anthony Deloach?" I'm like, "No, no." And so I started searching, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I said, "Look, man, I'm in good company there." So, so I was like, and we still didn't even connect because, like I said, you were getting, you busy, I'm busy. I mean, so we were going in parallel, ways in this industry. And then eventually, our paths crossed, and that was, man, that was just amazing. And, like I said, we've seen a lot, man. And, like Brother Porter was saying, man, this is a wild, wild west. And then you have to start figuring out what works. And fortunately, in I think it was around 20, because I've been in here since about 2017. I started, but I didn't really stick to it. I kind of got online and didn't know what I was doing. So probably 2019 is when I really kind of got a little more serious, start hearing about, big industry players out there, getting adopting, crypto and looking at blockchain. And I started doing some things on Facebook with that. And then, then we kind of rolled into just a lot of these different programs and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's been exciting, man. I used to just go on YouTube and I would just look at, some of the leaders in the space and doing what they do. And that's like I said, eventually I connected, with you through that medium. But just real quick, yeah, I've been around for a while. I've been doing, I just like most people, looking at alternative ways to make money back in the day. I was in the Air Force, I was traveling, and I wasn't making a lot of money. And so when you PCS to another location, sometimes that's a higher cost of living than you were before. And you're like, oh my gosh, I got to make me ends meet here. And so I just looked for, a ways to do that. And so I got into network marketing and, that was okay for a while. But then, like I said, when time went on and we started looking at, ways to do it online. And I was in Kuwait actually, and I was like, wow, I got introduced to internet marketing. And I was like, oh, this is the way to go. And so when you throw crypto in there, it's game over, right? And so when you talk about building wealth, you're talking about literally the numbers. People just they just don't understand that you can make this kind of money in this type of business, right? You really got to get your head wrapped around the people that make the most money probably do the least amount of work, not mental work. Now you got to put in work, but you don't see CEOs out there, with their gloves on. So this is that transition when you start to understand you don't have to work harder, you have to work smarter. And this is the smart way to make money. And the industry, crypto, blockchain, and tokenized real estate, it's game over, man. Y'all got to get on this. But look, yeah, I just real quick, but Porter, bro, I'm gonna tell you, nothing but high impact, bro. Nothing but high impact. When we clicked, it was like, man, let's go. I'm just excited, man. Glad to be here. Thank you, Anthony, man. Thank you for holding it down, man. Nothing but respect, man. You've been holding this down for a while, and definitely, a leader in this space. So let's make it happen, man. Good to connect with you.
Absolutely, man. This is incredible, man. It's just so good to be on one accord with so many people, man, and just to see so many people winning. That's what we all do it for, right? We just want to see people win big time. And man, just watching you guys in the space and how many people that you've been able to help. Like you said, I know I'm in good company and everything. So I want to jump into it so we can get people. I want to let people know that this is not going to be your normal presentation, but what we're going to do is still make sure you get all of the information that you need. So at the end of this, you can actually make an educated decision for yourself. Now, I have to let you guys know that none of us are financial advisors. Nothing in this presentation should be considered any type of financial advice, right? But what we are going to do is have a conversation about the information. And I believe if you implement this information, it could really change your situation. All right. And so this is like I always say, this is going to be one of those compensation conversations, right? A conversation that could change your compensation, right? So if you want to change your compensation, guys, make sure you listen in. Make sure you have something to write on and something to write with. Make sure you are taking some phenomenal notes tonight, some copious notes, because I believe that this can be life changing. All right. So the first thing I want to ask, guys, and you guys can chime in as you feel. I'm going to tell my story a little bit on it, but I want to get your guys' perspective on this as well, right? So I know I got introduced to e-estate. This is prior to there being a website, prior to there being PDFs, prior to any of that information. I was introduced to e-estate, and then in the consulting in a consulting reference, they asked some questions about different things, and I gave some things that I thought was incredible about the company and how to go to market and all of this type of stuff, right? And I said I would be glad to help this company go to market if they're going to get everything done the way that they say they would. And I'm telling you guys, they came out with everything. They laid it out just the way that they said they would. They developed things when they came in. They showed us the properties, like all this stuff was amazing to me how they put it together, right? So I got excited about this, and I said, man, I would happily lock arms with this company to bring it to market and to help so many people. But I want to get your take on this. Like when you first got introduced to e-estate, what really stood out to you? What were the things that you liked about it, and what made you pull the trigger to say, hey, look, I'm going to join this incredible opportunity?
And well, like you, Anthony, I heard about this before there was a website and all of that too. I had a gentleman reached out to me. He was following me for a long time, and so he reached out to me about it. And when I seen it, I was the same way. I like, I've been in this space, man. I know what this looks like, but I'm not calling myself a prophet. But I knew a couple of years ago that the blockchain was going to bring some things to us that was going to be game changers. So when I heard about this, that's the first thing that went off in my head. Okay, this is a game changer. Because now you're talking about attaching tokenization to a real world asset. That's different. All right, because we got something that's actually backing the tokens that are being created. So that was number one for me. Number two was actually understanding that this is real estate. This is not no digital stuff. We actually got physical properties that they rolled out to us. So that's what I was excited about. So when they finally rolled it out, and I was right there at the very beginning too. When that website came out, I was right there waiting. And they rolled out, I believe, Anthony, about I think 8 or 9 properties at the time when they first rolled out, and they was ready to go, man. I was excited about that to be able to see those properties, see the pictures, and everything coming together, man. That's what excited me about it. And I jumped in head first, man, because again, I understood that this was a game changer in this space. I don't like Me Too products. Me Too products, you got to convince me to get it. I got to convince you that what I got is better than yours. That's a red ocean strategy. We want blue ocean strategy over here where ain't nobody at. So there's nobody's doing this. We're the first ones to do it on this level when it comes to tokenization, man. So that's what excited me about it.
Man, that's incredible. I love that, man. And it's good to see that you were around before everything else. I think it's good for people to hear that too, that this wasn't just something that we joined afterwards, man. We got to see this and see the evolution of what was happening with this. So that's powerful, brother. Thank you for sharing that. Coach Rashid, just want to get your perspective on it as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, we've been around so long, and just having a community that, I'm like, okay, do I bring this to my community? How do I do this? I said, well, I got to be careful because of so many crazy things out there. And when you're looking at something that's new, like you said, we know in our minds, tokenization, RWAs, blockchain, we know that that's real. But when have we seen it connected in the right way and presented where we can get involved? And so I was like, man, is this the right one? And so funny thing happened. Telegram, hey, if y'all been on Telegram, you're gonna get hit from left, right, and center, right? And so I've always been like, no, click, no, click, no, click. And so and so when Crypto Mason hit me up, I'm like, who is this cat? Like, what? And I mean, I played it like the rest of them. I'm like, I don't know, right? So I just moved on. And fortunately, hey, I'm just following up. And I'm like, okay, all right, let me check this guy out. So I went back and I took a look, and he was just sincere, man. I looked at what he sent me, and I was like, whoa. I said, okay, this is something I know this has been trying to get connected, but I really hadn't seen it done like this. And I'm like, hmm. So then, of course, what's the second step? Let me go to YouTube. So, who's talking about this? And I hit it, man. And you know who I saw. Hey, nothing but Anthony Deloach all over it. I was like, oh man, this thing is happening.
Oh man, that's incredible. That's incredible, man. It's good to hear that you first of all, Crypto Mason, Martin McLean, absolutely incredible. He's
Yeah,
crushing it, making it happen. And like you said, man, what I would tell you, he's very passionate, he's very
yeah,
persistent, right? And that's one of the
yeah.
things that creates success, right? So but it's good, man. Always give a big shout out to him. He was one of the forerunners as well to make this stuff happen, which is amazing, right? But just to hear that you saw one of my videos, man, the videos are doing what they're supposed to
Yeah,
do, right? And
for
so
sure.
that was good. Also, so I'm really excited about that. Now let's go a little bit further here, like guys. So once you got involved, right, and you saw like, hey, look, this stuff is real, and some incredible things were happening, right? What was the next thing that caught your eye? I know for me, and I'll just give you guys this, is that as I talk about in the presentation, that two-phase income model, right? It really set
Mm,
things apart for me. And I said, you know what? I see this as something that could be lucrative but also sustainable. And you guys know in our space, that's one of the things that we look for because there's a lot of companies that come in and they say, hey, look, they could pay 2, 3, 4, 5% a day. But usually in those opportunities, they're not going to last very long. When I saw this and I said, man, this is backed by real world assets, real estate. And with this, they have an income plan that I see that can be sustainable, but also lucrative. I said, you know what? This could be powerful, and I like the long term aspect of it. Right? A lot of people say, "Oh, it's 10% annually after the first 18 months." Yes, but do you when you understand that that's what usually wealthy people are looking for on the back end on their money, right? 10% annually. And I said that's a very strong back end after you earn aggressively up front. If they only had the 18 months part, and just to explain to everybody that may be new, so our income model, when you purchase a share of a property over here, our income model is two phases. The first phase is for 18 months, and you're going to get paid daily, Monday through Friday. That percentage that you're going to be paid is anywhere from 6 to 20% per month for that first 18 months, which is incredible, right? And then after that, you move into the passive phase, which is 10% annually for the lifetime of the property. I mean, as long as that property is in the company's portfolio, you will continue to earn from that. So that's what we saw. I saw it that was powerful. But guys, tell me what your thought process was when you saw that two-phase income model.
Oh, that was a game changer, man. I've never been a part of a platform where you had two phases of wealth. Like you said, 18-month yield up front and then lifetime income on the back end. That's what I call generational wealth. That's something that I can pass down. So we all look for that. The Bible teaches us that, you know, making sure that we passing down generational wealth to our children and our children's children. The other thing that got me, man, is like you said, it's ready to come out of me, man. That kingdom coach is coming out. The Bible teaches us daily pay, man. In biblical days, they were paid daily, and there was a reason for that. So when I seen the daily pay, where I can get paid daily, where my money can work and I get paid daily, that was a game changer for me. And then on top of that, to be in a tokenized real estate RWA project, it was a no-brainer, man. We've been waiting for something like this to come out, and here it is, man. So I got excited about the two-phase wealth, got excited about the daily pay, and I got excited about these ain't properties that's empty, y'all. These are properties that's being utilized. That's a big difference, man. That these properties are being used. I mean, there's people living in these properties. There's businesses operating out of these commercial properties. So that was big because you're talking about daily rental rewards from these properties, man. That's huge. And like you said, Anthony, no big returns. We ain't giving no guarantees. You make between this and this. If somebody's guaranteeing you income, you need to run away quickly. Because again, as Anthony said, those things don't last, man. So all the boxes are being checked for me, for what I was looking for. All those boxes were being checked.
Incredible. What about you, Coach Rashid?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. One of the litmus tests that I have when I look at an opportunity is, can I share this with somebody with a straight face? Can I feel comfortable talking about this? And the first thing that jumped on me, because I have teams, in a lot of them in Africa that are, always looking for something. And of course, they're like, okay, how can I get involved? And so I'm looking for something that everybody across the globe can get involved. So that was my first thing was, oh my gosh, like you talking $10? Like really? And I think before that it was 117 was the lowest, and then they introduced the 10. So the 100 was like cool. I was like, okay, I can go back to the people that I know that really are looking for something. And now instead of the 1,000 or the 2,000, I can say, look, you can at least get a proof of concept with this 100. I said, you're not going to retire. You're not going to get no livelihood out of this. But at least you get a proof of concept, and then you can start to, make it happen and working. And, just like, with Ant being the finance man, he can give you a strategy to make that money work right. And so that's what I was really excited about was I could share this with people that I didn't have to just look at that inner circle or somebody in the US. I could literally go to places where I have people that are like just consistently talking with me and really wanting something that's decent, and they're tired of being burned. They're tired of being scammed. So that's what really was beautiful for me was that, hey, I think we got something here. And then on top of that, that two phase, man, when you talk about that, that's something I had never seen. And I was like, wait a minute. I said the percentages as well were right. It's to me is a sweet spot. When you're talking between, let's say a point 0.4 and point 0.6 a day, that's a sweet spot because you can calculate that out for the month. And if you're talking monthly, if you're hitting around, 10%, then you're in a spot that's sustainable. But when you start getting into the 30%, that gets a little shaky. So I'm like, you know what? I think these guys are really at something. And then when you have an actual tangible real product. Like, oh my gosh. And I have people on my team that they look, been to Arizona and been to LA. Like they physically said, I know that's real. Oh, I'm done. I'm like, good to go. So yeah, that's what I mean, that's what really kind of, got me is those couple of things. I mean, of course there's that's a lot, but it's consistent. I mean, we can talk about the quickness of the withdrawals. I mean, you can get into that, but it's just awesome, man. Those are some of the key things.
Man, that's incredible. And I hope you guys got that real properties, real profits, and real results, right? And that's an amazing thing. And that's something that attracted all of us, right? And something that we're excited about and that we could take to people confidently. And I love the fact that you touched on the fact that they did add the Miami property, right? Where and they lowered that barrier of entry down to just 10, right? And that was a game changer for me because now someone could come in and get their feet wet, right? And they can say, well, look, let me check it out. Let me see how it works. And then the proof is in how everything comes together and it works, right? When they get to see that yes, your profits drop daily into your e-wallet, right? When they see that now when you drop these profits and then also they see when they do a withdrawal that it's automatically initiated and on the blockchain. When you do the withdrawal, it's in seconds, right? Or within minutes, right? That it's actually hitting your wallet. Those are things that's going to sell people on like, hey, look, this is something incredible. And they get to see that they get the tokens on the blockchain and they see that they get the contract that's automatically executed for every property share that they have right between them and the company. So those are just some incredible things. Let me tell you guys something else, right? Because Darrell, you mentioned from a biblical perspective and passing on wealth and stuff like that, right? Here's one thing that stood out to me as well. It was the fact that it had asset inheritance, right? When I looked at that contract, because when I got involved in it and I saw what the contract was, I went through that contract like thoroughly. And when I saw that part that said asset inheritance, I said, this right here is going to be major because I have a thing. I said, you want to pass on more than memories to your family. And now we can pass on more than memory. We can pass on passive income. And so, guys, what are your thoughts on that asset inheritance as well when you saw that in the contract?
Well, yeah, like I said, man, that's what it's about. I teach from my platform, man, that I don't want to pass along dollars, man, dollar bills. And here comes some free nuggets for you guys. Dollar bills are created to be liabilities, man. The dollar bill, the Federal Reserve note was created to be a liability. In fact, if you go to the Federal Reserve's website, it'll tell you that the Federal Reserve note was created as the Federal Reserve's number one liability. Now, I wasn't a math major in school, but I do understand the balance sheet. And I know on one side you got assets, on the other side you got liabilities. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. So you telling me that these fiat dollars that I'm getting paid with already coming out the gate, they come out as a liability.
Mm,
So we have to learn how to take that and turn it into an asset. The bank learned how to do it. So we have to learn how to do the same thing. So that's not what I was looking to pass down to my kids, man. The dollar's lost over 95% of its purchasing power. That's not wealth being passed down. Wealth is in the form of assets. The dollar's not an asset. So having that
Mm.
attached to this and knowing that I'm actually passing down actual assets that I can pass down to my kids and my kids' kids, that was huge for me, man. So again, it falls right into line with my kingdom strategies and what I teach on a daily basis, man.
mm.
Man, that is powerful. Man, Darrell, you better teach, brother. This is incredible. I love that, man. You are on fire, man. You talking my language right now. And I'm telling you guys, man, I've been preaching that for a long time, man. That dollar is a depreciating, right? Liability, if you will, right? If you look at the chart for the dollar, it consistently goes down over time, right? And I'm telling you guys that we have to put ourselves in position to be able to capitalize and get these assets and investments, right? And so that is something wonderful right there. So I really appreciate that. You got something else you want to add, Coach Rashid?
Now, the one thing I was just thinking about, I listened to Dr. Boyce Watkins from time to time, and some people like him, some people don't, but he's all about Black wealth. And one of the things that I saw, I think it was yesterday or today, when I was scrolling through, was he said, rich people don't look for more payments, they look for more assets. And I remember, you were talking about that, man, and I'm like, man, now it's like popping up, wherever I look. And I'm like, man, that's powerful. So that literally is what what you and Brother Porter just really emphasize is with that inheritance, man, that's a huge piece of the puzzle, man. It's like, whoa. So now we have something in this space that legitimately can be passed down. We hear that term sometimes in some of these programs, but it doesn't come to fruition. But this one is on track to make that happen for us. So that's just more assets, and that's a beautiful thing to pass down. And like I said, we don't want to pass down debt. We want to pass down some assets. So it's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. It's incredible that we can do that now. Now I'm gonna pull up this presentation really quick, and I wanna just share some. We'll go over some of these things that Darrell, you already mentioned a little bit earlier. I think Coach Rashid, you tapped on it a little bit too. But what I get excited about, and if I go back one page, we just celebrated a 1 year anniversary from the conceptualization of this and the organization of this company, right? So this is 1 year anniversary, and that's amazing in itself, guys. In this space, man, but that's letting you know that this company has a solid foundation to even have this 1 year anniversary. But what makes this even more substantial is the fact that we've already had some incredible achievements. If we just talk about within this short period of time, first of all, when you mentioned 9 real estate properties across multiple regions were launched when this platform was had their official launch, right? We already have the clear legal status with LEI, which you can look up on Bloomberg, right? I'll pull that up a little bit later if somebody wants to see it. Now the estate token EST. One thing that excited me about this is that it is on the Binance Smart Chain. I've been involved in a lot of stuff when companies will create either they'll do it in their back office where it's not a real token, it's only a back office token, right? And then it's something there that they say has value, but I call it dashboard money, right? Because a lot of times it never becomes reality, right? And so that's dashboard money. But no, this is different. This is actually on the Binance Smart Chain. So that was great. The other thing is the complete, man, when I saw the website, when they launched it, I knew right then that they have put, because I used to do web design and development, and I said they put some money into this. This is not this one of those cookie cutter websites that people throw up. They just got somebody to do on Fiverr or something like that. This wasn't that, right? This was a well thought out website that I was like, I would be happily introduce this to somebody, right? The introduction of ADR and the ARDR and the educational programs and marketing, I've been able to help with some of that stuff as well. The webinars that we're doing now, I know you guys have done your own webinars. I've been doing webinars. We have it in several different languages now. Here's the other thing, the Miami apartment, man, when that one came, and I was able to go there a couple weeks ago. Man, absolutely beautiful building. The views from there is absolutely amazing as well, right? I was able. The next thing is hosting of the first public events, including the AMA with Mike Hamilton. I was able to facilitate that, and then the live event in North Carolina, man. That first live event really set the precedent to me. When I saw when I was face to face with people and saw how they were excited about what we had our hands on, and they were excited of being able to participate in this space. And then the villa property in Bali that sold out, within that first 4 months, which was amazing as well, right? Which was incredible. $750,000 sold out, and then the signing of the first partnership agreements with the international agent organizations. Once again, just making movements forward. That was absolutely amazing right there, guys. So I'm excited about a lot of these things. I want to get you guys input on any of this stuff right here. What do you guys have to say about any of that?
And the uh well, all of it's great. You can tell that the for that year, man, they were really putting in some work on putting this platform together. Because when you look at it now, a lot of times most programs when they launch, they got website issues. The payments ain't going through. Uh, have not since I've been in this. I'm going to cross my fingers. We have not had that yet. I have not seen any issues with withdrawals. I haven't seen any issues with purchasing properties. None of that. I have not seen any of that. So these guys put a lot of work into putting this platform together, man. I'm gonna tell you, my thing is to become all things for all people, man. I want everybody to have an opportunity. So when you bring a $10 property or $10 project, I've never seen that before, man. $10. Now, $10 in the bank is not benefiting you, it's benefiting the bank. I'm gonna say that again, guys.
Say it
Ten
again, brother.
dollars,
Say it again.
$10 in the bank is not benefiting you, it's benefiting the bank. There's a thing called, and this is not even legal anymore, but it used to be a thing called fractional reserve banking,
Hmm.
where banks were required to keep 10% of what you gave the bank in your account, and the rest of it they can loan out. But guess what? They don't even have a fractional reserve system anymore. They can loan out everything that comes into the bank. So your $10 in the bank, guys, can produce $100 in income, $100 in money that they can loan out. I mean, that's money that's created out of thin air. So you wonder why our dollars losing value because they create money from something that you put in. There was no other money coming into the bank. So it benefits them and they're able to give these loans for 5% all the way up to 20%. That's depending on what the loan is for. They're able to loan that money out. But your $10 at the end of the year, yeah, they're gonna give you something on it because you loaned your money to them. It don't belong to you anymore. It belongs to the bank. So at the end of the year, they're gonna give you an ROI, and on your $10, you won't even earn 1% on. I mean, 1 cent on it.
For sure.
But in a platform like this, at least Anthony, I can earn 4 cents a day off of my $10 investment. So now I put the power back in my hands. See, it's different when you've been empowered, man. When you've been empowered, things change because nobody can get over on you at that point. So that $10 thing was a real big one for me, man, because now I can even teach my kids how to take $10 and invest $10 and teach them the right way on what it looks like when you have the power in your own hands.
Man, you are preaching tonight once again, man. That is incredible, y'all. I hope yeah, let's see some reactions to that, man, because that's phenomenal information. I see Lynn is really feeling that. Lynn is on that. But I'm telling you guys, he is talking the truth, and I hope everybody's listening and taking notes on this because if you get these principles and the mindset around this, it will really change your life. That's what it's really about. We have to get the mindset and the mindset of how you create wealth, right? And if we can learn those things, we can put ourselves in position to become very, very wealthy. And so, man, that was powerful right there. Coach Rashid, you got something you want to add to that?
No, man. He said
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. He broke it down, man. Look, what my children say that he ate, right? That's what it is. So yeah, this is good stuff right here, man. I love it. So let's go a little bit further here, man, in this and just look at some more things. And we're just gonna step through this. I'm not gonna play the videos tonight, because I don't think that's necessary tonight. This is a different type of presentation. But look, what y'all think about this, man? When I got in and I started doing my research on real estate tokenization, and they have these things like, man, the $16 trillion market shift. And then I watched the videos, like the video that I play in the presentation now with Larry Fink talking about how they are looking at the tokenization of everything, and they're positioning themselves to get in front of this massive wave that's coming, right? And let me tell me, guys, what you guys think about that 16 trillion number right there. What does that mean for you guys?
Opportunity.
Oh,
That's what it means to me. Opportunity, man. And but Larry Fink, man, you talking about the guy who runs or has the biggest financial platform in the world, man. This dude manages over $17 trillion. So who wouldn't listen to this guy? And this guy's been talking about tokenization of real world assets for a long time. And he even said it was coming. So I'm like, hey, like they say when Ed Hutton speaks, he like Ed Hutton to me. But this guy managing all this money, so they're trusting him with $17 trillion worth of their wealth, man. So this guy has to know what he's talking about. But that 16 trillion, man, that just lets me recognize that there's opportunity here, man.
Yeah, for sure.
absolutely, absolutely. What about you, Coach Rashid?
Yeah. I was doing some research and I was putting together a kind of a crypto blockchain knowledge presentation. And I came across another guy, the CEO of Robinhood. He said, it's similar to this. Said RWAs and tokenization will eat up the whole financial market, the whole financial industry. And so, and really, really focused on the future. I watched on CNBC, I watched I think it was the CEO or somebody who's in charge of NASDAQ, or New York Stock Exchange, one of those, the Wall Street markets. And they had just were basically commenting on legalizing or allowing the companies to offer tokenized assets and tokenized financial instruments,
Mhm.
right? And this is on Wall Street. Like this is something that like I said, on CNBC, they're just having that conversation. Like, yeah, this is what we're doing.
Man, that is incredible. I see it's so much out there now that's coming aboard, and so much information that's coming out about tokenization. But you know what I get? I get a lot of times people still. I think that the thing is that they don't understand it, or they don't know what it is, or some people are still even afraid of it. Do you guys see
Mm.
that as well? Like there's some people, because there's a lot of people still not involved. They don't have any tokenization in their portfolio, whether it's BlackRock or whether it's anything, even what we're doing. And what are some of the things that you think is holding people up from getting started? And then what is some encouragement that you could give them about getting started?
Go ahead, coach.
Oh, yeah, I think the impediment, like you said, it's just education. I mean, it's as simple as it is, having these webinars and inviting people. Like I said, one of the videos, and I do this all the time, I'll do one about the different projects, but then I'll do one just about educating on the different terminologies in this space, right? You're talking about blockchain and defining that, and then referencing the Fortune 500 companies, the leaders out there in the fintech industry, saying, look, these are companies that you know about. I just read literally like before we came on, I just read the JP Morgan and they partnered with Alibaba. And the guy was saying that is the biggest shift that you will ever see. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was talking about tokenized assets, right? And cross-border payments. So it's like these are like Alibaba. So people can kind of relate to Alibaba. Okay, hey, look, here's a company that's doing this. Here's BlackRock that is doing it. I mean, my dad, before he passed, back in the day, my dad actually got me mutual funds with BlackRock. I didn't know who they were, I didn't know what they were doing. But to this day, I'm thrilled. But now I'm like, okay, these are the ones that's leading the way in that industry, the biggest asset managers on the face of the earth. They're leading tokenization. So I'm like, right place. I guess I was always, in the right spot. So, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's just a matter of really that education piece and just building that and building on that. And but at the end of the day, people have to want to know there's something better, and then they got to take action to get there.
Oh, that's powerful. You got to take action. Look, I always say information can change your situation, but only after implementation,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You have to be willing to do something with that information if you wanted to do something for you in your life, man. So good deal. So, Darrell, I want to call you Darrell. Darrell, what else do you have to add on that?
Man, you just said something that one of the things I like to say is information is free, man. What you choose to do with that information can change your life. And what we're sharing with people right now, and we're not charging you to watch this information. We're not charging you to hear, some of the stuff that I talk about. I would charge in some of my platforms, but you guys are getting this information for free. But if you choose to do something with what you're hearing right now, it can definitely change your life. I think one of the big problems with most people is we've been so programmed to think a certain way, man. And when somebody presents something new to you, it can't get through all that stuff that you already got built up inside you. And that's what causes most people to miss out, man, on opportunities. Opportunities don't go away, man. They go to people who take advantage of them. So we have to learn how to take advantage of the opportunities that are being presented to us and not just look over it, man. Do your own research, get out here and learn about what's going on. If mainstream media is talking about it, then you best believe something's happening that we're not paying attention to. And that's how most people get left behind because, oh man, I thought it wasn't going to be nothing. Well, mainstream media is talking about it now. If they're talking about it, I think you should listen and go do some research on what's going on. So that's what we need to do. And my last thing I'll say is we often say in this space, man, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. become thirsty enough though, you're gonna drink the water. And I think we're at that point now in our world system, man, where people are becoming thirsty and losing confidence in this world system.
Mm.
Man, that's powerful right there. Once again, he's dropping nuggets, gems, everything right there. He even dropped some sauce to go along with it, right? So I want you guys to catch it, man. I hope you guys are ready for that. Look. And so what I want to do really quick is I'm gonna break it down, right? Because nobody's gonna leave this call and say, I don't know what tokenization is. That's why I can't take advantage of it. So here's what I came and I put this on the presentation, and I want you guys to get this, what tokenization is. This is simplest explanation. Most people are going to talk over your heads or they try to push information out in a way that you won't receive it, so that you don't get it, so that you don't implement it, right? But what I'm going to do is break it down, so make it very simple and digestible, right? So what is tokenization? Tokenization is simply the process of turning a real world asset, in the case what we're talking about, real estate, into digital tokens on the blockchain. Now you're probably saying, well, why would someone do that? Why would they turn it into digital tokens on the blockchain? Blockchain, because it makes the transactional process more seamless. It makes it speed and more. It makes it speed up, and it's more secure. Right? I'm telling you guys, this is what it does. Now, each token is going to represent a fraction of ownership in the asset. As for our token, EST, the estate token that we have, each token represents $10 of ownership in a property, right? So instead of you needing thousands of dollars to buy an entire property, you can invest with smaller amounts but still earn a share of the profits. So it's just like you owning a piece of a building, but everything is done digitally, securely, and easy to manage. The way I always put it, so that everybody can understand, especially my ladies that are on the call, we have now made purchasing a share of a top tier property in a prime location as easy as you purchasing a product on Amazon. All my ladies should be dropping some fire in the chat, because I know they got Amazon packages on the way, right? I know they show up at my house like on the like clockwork. I don't know what's going on. They got our house. I don't know. They got it programmed in their system or something, because I see boxes building up and everything. So guys,
I
look, I'm
got one
telling you.
outside right now, man.
Right.
In my
I need to go check outside right now, right? Like that's the stuff, man. But I'm telling you, man, when you could do something like that, right? That's revolutionary. When you can take all of the legalities, the bureaucracy, the middlemen, all the people, especially the stuff that eats up the profit or the stuff that extends the process, all of that stuff is removed. So now you can come on to our platform and you can purchase a share of a property and get your tokens almost immediately, to get your contract executed almost immediately, and then you'll able to put yourself in position to start getting paid in the next 24 hours or the next business day. Guys, that is what is revolutionary right here. And I hope everybody is grasping how powerful that is, right? And so we already talked about Larry Fink, but man, he said this back in 2022, that we believe the tokenization of real world assets will revolutionize the financial system. And then he went ahead and put stuff in place. You look at BlackRock, they got funds that are tokenized now, right? Then he's talking about the tokenization of the entire stock market, right? I always say in the presentations, 46% of high net worth individuals have tokenization in their portfolio, but only 6% of everybody else around the world have tokenization in their portfolio. Here's the thing. John Hope Bryant talks about the memo all the time, right? If you guys follow him, the thing is, like, are we saying we didn't get the memo? Because the wealthy people already got the memo. They got the memo. They was like, hey, look, there was a memo I always say it's a subliminal memo that went out and said, here's what's happening. Tokenization. It's tokenization. And they got the memo. They ran with it. They said, look, let's go do it. And then we're sitting around like, what's happening? What's going on? Right? And that's what thing I think got to change, man. But go ahead and chime in, brothers. You know you can chime in whenever you want to.
That's funny, man. Tokenization, man, what it does, it gives us a little bit of control. I don't want to own the property. I don't want to take care of the maintenance. I don't want to do none of that. Just give me just a little bit of control. Tokenization gives me the control that I need, which is to put money in my pocket every day. They can manage the property. They can handle all of that. Just give me my daily rewards from the tokens that I bought on the blockchain for that particular property, man. So that's what tokenization does. And I don't have to be in Miami to see the property. because it's on the blockchain.
Yeah.
So I don't have to be there. I don't have to be in Bali to see the property. I don't have to be in California to see the property because everything is on the blockchain, man. So that gives me diversification to where I can be right here in my home and own shares and properties around the world. That is
Mm.
powerful, man. That's what tokenization does for us.
Yeah.
That's powerful, man. One of the things wealthy people say, I hear them say it all the time, is own nothing, control everything.
Man,
Ooh.
come on,
Woo!
brother.
I'm telling you, they say own it. And look, think about it. This is Warren Buffett method, right? I'm telling y'all, these are secrets right here. But Warren Buffett will make more than an owner of a company off of their company.
Mm, mm, mm.
Can look, and he does no work. He does no work, but he makes more off of a company than the owner or the CEO. Guys, he doesn't
That's
own.
crazy.
Look, he lets them do all the work. We're doing the same exact thing with real estate. We let the company go do all the work. We bring in the money. We bring in the money. That's what it's about. And guys, when you can put yourself in that position, I'm telling you, this is how you win and win big time, guys. That's what we're doing. We'll have to manage. Well, I always say we'll have to deal with tenants, toilets, or termites.
And you know what? We ain't gotta have Warren Buffett type money now.
Woo, there you go.
I don't need Warren Buffett type money to make this happen for me. All I need is $10.
Man, look, that's the game changer right there. That's the game changer. All I need is $10 and I can operate just like Warren Buffett. I can do the
Mm,
same things that he does. That's power, guys. That's power. Look, let's go on, man, because there's so much that we can unpack on this. But look, here's I want to talk about e-estate a little bit because it's this. I love that this platform was designed specifically to make real estate investments accessible, transparent, and secure for individuals worldwide. And I always talk about the tokenized ownership. Now that you can lower that barrier of entry to have properties in your portfolio, guys. I think it's like now I have like 6, 7 shares of properties in my portfolio now, right? How about you guys? Have you guys diversified very well have in your
oh yeah.
portfolio?
Well, yeah, I think I'm around about that too, about 6 or 7 different properties that I'm got fractional ownership in.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Mhm.
Yep. That's powerful.
Yeah.
And look, guys,
Yeah.
you can have not only residential, commercial, you can have development properties, whatever level. And what I love about this is that you can scale up as you
Mhm.
need to. You can stack different shares, right? So I was working with someone and I was telling them a plan. They said, "Man, I can start with the $10, but I don't have a lot of discretionary income." But I was working with them and helping them find more income in their budget, right? And so I was like, "Look, let's look at your income and all the other stuff. Man, you can cut out one of those Starbucks runs or one of those Chick-fil-A runs. Now, look, let me tell you, if you guys are eating at Five Guys, you might be able to buy a whole property, right? Let me tell you now. Look, there's some places. Yeah, you might be able to go ahead and just go ahead and get a whole property share by skipping one meal at Five Guys, right? But I'm telling people it's just some repositioning of money. That's all you got to do, right? And say, hey, look, instead of spending money on this, and this is what I always teach, instead of spending, because everything you spend comes to an end. I tell people to learn
Mhm.
how to invest because when you invest, you get to earn the rest. And every dollar, there's a seed of more money, but you got to know how to plant it,
Mhm.
right? So and
Mm,
most people don't understand that every dollar has a seed of money, or either they don't know where to plant it. And the reason why they don't know where to plant it because they told you to put all your money into the bank. They even told you to set up direct deposit.
man.
So you can send it automatically to the bank. So they told you to, but what the secret is that the bank's products and services won't get you wealthy. But they tell you to put all your money in the bank.
Mhm. Mhm.
When the key is to take your money and put it into some income producing assets or investments that can make you more money, your money should be having babies,
Mhm.
right? I'm telling you, if we learn these principles and start putting them to work in our life, we could be so much better financially. So those are things that I like that, man, we get to build real estate portfolios now, just like wealthy people in the world. But also, man, I can't go without talking about those blockchain powered transactions. Man, the speed of I mean, the first time I did a withdrawal, and I did a withdrawal from my e-wallet straight over to my decentralized wallet. And I was like, I did that when I saw it, it was hitting my wallet. I did the withdrawal and I walked away because we know what we used to, right? It's you do a
Mhm.
withdrawal and then you hope and pray, right? You had to,
Yes, sir.
y'all know what I'm talking about, right? You do the withdrawal, then you got to go hope and pray that they hit your wallet. But when I did it, and then what happened was I was about to walk away, and then I heard, "Poop," and then what was
Hmm.
that? It hit my wallet. I was like, "Oh man, I know we got something on our hands, man." Were you guys like that when you got your first withdrawals as well?
Man, yes, sir. Hey, boy, I love hearing that sound today, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I've never, like you said, man. I mean, I don't think it's taken longer than 3 minutes, man.
Yeah.
From the moment I hit that withdrawal button, man, about 2 or 3 minutes, I hear that, boop, and I know that money's there, man. So yeah, that's powerful in itself. And again, man, that's daily income, man. That's daily. You can withdraw daily, and they made it so simple for us. And $1 is the minimum
Mm.
that you
whew,
can withdraw from the platform. Come on, man. They made it so simple for us. So if you invest $200 in the $117 project, you earning over $2 a day. You can withdraw every day if that's what you chose to do. So man, they made it so simple for us, man. It don't get no easier than that right there.
Yeah.
man,
Wow.
I'm telling you. You was about to say something, Coach Rashid?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean the withdrawals, it's just phenomenal, man. I think the first time I did it, I was the same way. I usually just, you click, you hit the button, and I said, okay, you know what, I'll check back later. And when I came back, I'm looking at my email saying, can that be right? No, my email, my Exodus. So I'm looking at it, and I said, wait a minute. If I sent it at this time, I said, what? It hit literally there was no difference in time from the time I actually did it and got the response. I was like, wait a minute. It hit my wallet within that minute. Like I'm like, it's just I said, man, look, y'all, I ain't going
And this
nowhere.
what this what we used to, and we used to getting that email to say your withdrawal will be processed in 48 to 72
Yeah.
hours.
There
That's
you
what we
go.
used to hear.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are used to that. And guys, I see we got some hands raised. We'll get to some questions in a little bit, but we were just going to get through some information for the people who want to hear that right now. But we'll do that in just a second. But look, guys, look, here's the other thing that got me excited too, which it mentioned here, and you guys touched on it a little bit, was the global reach. I think that you touched on it when you said, I don't have to be in Miami. I don't have to be in Bali, right? And I can actually participate in these properties. Do you know how game changing that is? A lot of people would be limited because they couldn't do things because they couldn't go to this country or they couldn't make that trip over there wherever else it was, right? To be able to do these things. But now you can sit from the comfort of your home and get involved, purchase shares of property through tokens. That it's just, man, it just changes the game for me. And I got excited about that, man. And to know we got some more properties. I hope you guys know we got a property that should be dropping either this week or next week. That's going to be
Mhm.
good as well. So that we got another property that's going to be international that should be dropping soon as well. And I love the fact that they're going out and they're finding these properties, but they just bring the information back to us so that we can make educated decision for ourselves. Like, hey, look, is this a property you want to get involved in or not? Right? Like
Mhm.
it's like, hey, look, I get to make that decision if this is good for me. So I love that as well with this. So man, I think that's why I believe we got something absolutely powerful on our hands, right? I'm not gonna go over the comparison, but I do want to talk about this, man. Another thing that got me excited, right, was to know that this company was launched by two other companies, right? A lot of times we see things that come out of thin air, but to know that this company was launched with Eli Property, a traditional real estate company with over 50 years of experience in the real estate space. And then we got the ARDR, which is an organization just like the National Association of Realtors and the Realtor Group, all that type of stuff, that they're providing the education and the standards for this new online property space that's being created through tokenization, right? And then also Brandon Stevenson, man. And I want to touch on that really quick. I know you guys have probably interacted with Brandon as well. Have you guys if you interacted with Brandon, tell me a little bit about what you think about your interactions with him and his heart for people and all that type of stuff.
Oh man, he's so professional, man, and down to earth. Every once in a while, I get a message from him, just checking in on me, man. When my mom was sick, Anthony, we talked about that before, and he reached out to me about that, man. So you don't get that every day from people, man. For him to reach out, and he wasn't talking about business, man. He was more concerned about my issue and what was going on with my family. and that spoke volumes to me. So yeah, so I have had some interaction with him on a personal level and on a professional level. Man, he's been so professional, always checking to see if I needed anything. How your presentations are going. Yeah, so he's been very professional, man. And like I said, and on a personal level too, I got a lot of respect for him.
Awesome, awesome. What about you, Coach Rashid?
Yeah, yeah. I think early on, Crypto Mason, he had asked me, he says, "Hey, have you, heard from Brandon?" He said I was talking to him about you, and and it's funny because I don't spend a lot of time on the Messenger, Facebook Messenger, so I hadn't even checked, and I was looking in Telegram. And when he mentioned it to me, I said, "Oh, okay." So anyway, I go back and I look, and I'm like, "Oh man, he already contacted me." And so he had reached out, and like I said, he was just very cordial, welcoming, appreciative, of us doing, presentations and things like that. And then sometime thereafter, I don't know if it was Mason or Martin or if it was him, but one of them initiated it and told me, "Hey, look, something about the agent, the weekly, bonuses and stuff like that." So he started to talk to me about that, and then after I've, completed the process, he came back and was just, "Hey, everything okay? You need anything?" I'm like, I was like, "What?" Just like I said, real professional, and I mean, and it's hands on. He's like, "Look, you guys are doing your thing. I'm gonna support you." And that right there is like you said, that speaks volumes, from the leadership that they do reach out and actually connect with you, and so yeah, man, I think the guy is, he's incredible, definitely.
Absolutely, man. He's been like you said, very hands on. He's always asking me personally about leaders and different things, and he really cares like about what's going on with different leaders and things like that. And so I love the fact that he's in the trenches with us, right? He's right there to
Yeah,
support us, and that's an incredible thing. And also Mike Hamilton, I had to give it up to him. I've had some conversations with Mike as well, and we actually did the AMA together. Mike is going to be coming to our summit in Miami as well to have some talks with us. So if you guys are on right now, make sure you get your tickets for the Miami Summit that's happening on January 31st, 2026. We're going to be at the same building that our property is in. We're at the same building that our property is in. So that's going to be phenomenal. So I want everybody that's on here, if you're interested in going, make sure you get your tickets and everything, right? So we have I think I still have it up. If I thought I had it up. Yeah, I got this is the E Estate Miami Summit here. Make sure you guys go ahead and get the tickets to this, right? It's only $55 on the early bird discount, right? 55.64 for you to get your tickets to that. Come out with us. We got some incredible things that we have planned. We're adding some stuff too. I don't know if I told you guys, but we're working out some stuff. Nothing is solid yet, but we're working it out that we're gonna have golfing. Do you guys golf? You guys golf? Anybody? Like we got golf coming, right? If you don't golf, it's gonna
top
make it
golf.
even more fun, right? It's gonna make it
Top,
even more fun if you don't.
I play top golf.
Oh, there you go. My first time playing top golf was in Miami a couple of weeks ago, and I got the hang of some stuff. But it's gonna make it even more fun when we out there hitting balls all the way, and you know what I'm saying, right? So that's gonna be fun. But we're also trying to align up. Man, I'm working with my connections. My guy Lambo Drew as well. He's helping me with some connections so we could get a nice yacht. We ain't talking about a small yacht. We trying to get that 120 footer
Yeah.
out there and get some people on. Now everybody can't get on the yacht, so like, we got 100 people coming. So we had to do something to try to work it out, right? For people to get on the yacht, but we're trying to do that as well to make it just an exceptional event for people, right? So that's going to be amazing as well there. But I just wanted to throw that in really quick. So guys, I'm glad that you all were able to talk about that, having that relationship with Brandon and the CEO of the company, knowing that we got great leadership at the top of this company. But here's the other thing, guys, for people who've heard this information and you're just like, man, Anthony, I want to get started. What I want to tell you guys is it's so simple and easy to get started. That's another thing that really was powerful for me. You can set up a free account with us, right? With eEstate, you can set up a free account, and then when you set up the free account, you go through the KYC. They use SumHub to be able to do that, and all you got to do is upload your ID and do a video selfie to verify for KYC, right? And so once you're done with that, you can go in and browse the different properties, which we're going to go over in just a second, that we have on our platform, and you can look at the one that's best for you. And once you find that one, I love the fact that they made it easy to fund your account. Guys, we got 32 different tokens that you can fund your account with. So you don't have to go out there and try to figure out some stuff on Uniswap or Pancake Swap and Sushi Swap and all that stuff. You don't have to do all of that. You can literally come in and use Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, XRP, USDT, USDC, Solana, Trump coin, whatever you want to use, you can actually fund your account, right? So, guys, you can actually, it's very easy. And one of the great things that we do have, we're working on some things with some of our agents that are coming on board now that has crypto education companies, which are going to do whole education. We have educational sessions that are built out. So that they're going to walk you through the educational process and everything. So people are going to become experts in the crypto space as well as managing, handling, and crypto and stuff. So that's going to be powerful also. But once you fund your account, you go purchase a share of the property that you want a share of, and then you sit back, relax, right? That's how powerful this is right here that you people can actually come in and get involved today and start earning tomorrow. That is amazing right there for us. So, guys, I wanted to share that with you all. I'm going to skip forward really quick because I want to go over. Because if you see this as an opportunity, the passive income, and always share the passive income first, and I spend most of my time on the passive income because that's what the foundation of our company is all about. I don't want anybody to think that this is ever a company that's just based on recruiting or referring or anything. It's really based on the passive income that the average everyday person can make through the real estate space and tokenization. That's what we build this business on. But if you get that, then building on this company as a digital real estate agent is something that will not only be powerful, but it'll be inevitable that you will join this, right? Because when you tell people you're earning from the real estate space and they actually see your lifestyle start to change, right? Because you're earning from the real estate space, they're going to want to know what you're doing, and you're going to have the ability to share this with them. I always say this is one statement I stole from one of my mentors, right? He says people don't lack access to abundance. They lack awareness of the abundance that they have access to, right? And that's what I say with this platform. Most people don't lack access. Anybody can join the platform. They lack awareness that a platform like this exists so they can create the abundance that they want. And so what we do is we just make people aware of what's available and let them take advantage of it as they see fit. Right. And just before I jump into the information, guys, what are some things that stood out to you about the digital real estate program that we have here, the digital real estate agent program that we have here?
It was definitely different, man. Growing up and when I got out the military, one of the first things I wanted to do was get into real estate. But then when I learned about all the different things I had to go through to become a real estate agent, man, I bagged out. Like, man, I'm not going to go through all of that just to try to become a real estate agent. So to see this come full circle, man, and have an opportunity to disrupt something that needed to be disrupted for a long time, this is great. Knowing that I don't have to take no test to be licensed. I pay $9 or pay $90 for the year. I'm good to go for the whole year. So that is beautiful, man. Knowing that I don't have to go through all of that. That's what this is what this is providing for people who decide to come and test the digital side of this and actually become a real estate agent, man, to where you're sharing properties where people ain't got to go see. We talked about it earlier. Man, you come in and you share your properties, you're gonna get a nice little landing page, professionally done. And that was another thing that got me, man. That landing page, man, is powerful. And to the ability where you can upload your own personal presentation on there, man, come on, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
That man, I'm telling you, that was game changer right there. There you go, Coach Rashid. What about you?
Oh man, no, this thing is robust, man. That's why I love, listening to. I'm gonna tell you, even today, I learned something different that I was like, oh my gosh, how did I miss that? Every time I listen to your presentation and you go over this, I'm like, how did I miss that piece of it? So I'm look, if this is exciting because the people that when you want to, and this is always the case, you want to come in, you invest, you put your money in, and you can sit back and you can relax and make money. But man, the excitement starts to start boiling. People that ain't never talked to nobody start talking to folks. I'm telling you, when you hear this presentation and you start seeing the multiple ways that you can earn, yeah, you're gonna want to talk to a few folks and say, look, come on, let's go, let's do this together, because somebody's gonna say, why you didn't tell me?
Absolutely.
This
That's
is
the thing
yeah,
that I always worry about right there, right? Somebody's gonna come in and say, why you didn't tell me about this, right? And I get it all the time. People be like, hey, I didn't know, all this type of stuff. And it's just lets you know, man, you just got to be out there making people aware of it, right?
yeah.
And that's the powerful thing, man. But I think we have one of the most lucrative programs out there and one of the most unique. Now, I always tell people that this uses some of the beneficial points that come from MLM and network marketing, but I don't. This for me is a tokenization company that offers a multi-level compensation plan through their agent, the digital real estate agent opportunity, right? And so
Mhm.
the things that you're going to get on this as you grow in here, you're going to understand blockchain tokenization and online property markets probably better than anybody else that you have in your community or your local market, all that type of stuff. I love the fact that this is not a job. No, I'm not going to send it somebody office, or I'm not going out touring homes with people, any of that stuff. I could do this stuff straight from my smartphone if I want to, right? And I still have the ability to earn unlimited potential, right? And you guys touched on it just a minute ago. I could pay $9. I was saying this earlier, man. I can literally get somebody involved with this and they don't have to purchase their property first. If they say, look, man, I need an opportunity where I can come in and I can make some money, right? And if they have the will and they have the initiative to be able to go ahead and get started, then they can come up with $9. As a matter of fact, I've even blessed people with the $9 to get started. Right. My thing is I'll be like, hey, look, man, I understand because people, how many, man, look, guys, sometimes we find ourselves in situations. I don't know about the other people on the call, but I've been in some situations before, and and here's what all I needed. All I needed was an opportunity.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
come on, man. That's
Right?
it.
All I needed was an opportunity. If somebody would have gave me an opportunity, I'll be able to make something happen. And so over here with you get what with $9, you get an opportunity, right?
Mm.
To go out and make this available and make people aware of what's available to them. And you can start earning money today. This is one of the rare ways, right? Because I've been involved in a lot of stuff that I literally could get. If somebody needed to make money today, they could literally do it today and be paid today and have money in their pocket today, right? And so that license subscription, $9 for the first month, $90 for the first year, and that's it. You do that. You do your little online application. Make sure you fill out all the information, right? Sign the agreement with the company. You're going to get access to the properties, the tools, your landing page, like we were just talking about, and you're going to be able to go ahead and get everything started, right? But once you get in there, guys, what I want to talk about is these four different income sources that you're going to have because this is amazing, right? And let's talk about these really quick. So you're going to get deal commission, profit commission, agent bonuses, and e-token rewards, right? And I love the fact that we get all these different sources of income that'll benefit us here. But let's talk about this commission structure. And when I saw this, I got excited, right? Because I said, man, I can come over here, I can share this with somebody, and if they purchase a share of a property, I'm gonna earn 6%. So think about this, guys. If you're listening right now, you can come in and you can share this with somebody. They could literally come in and say, man, I love that commercial property in Phoenix. They could take the $10,270, put it into a property, right? And you're going to earn 6% off of that. That's over $600.
Oh,
Do you know that $600 could change somebody's financial situation today? Just because they shared this with somebody and somebody said, man, I love this. I'm going to go ahead and get started with that commercial property. They purchased that. You earn $600 right up front because you helped somebody put themselves in position to earn passive income. That is amazing right here, right? Now, the next thing is on your second level. So I always say we get to build real estate portfolios, but we also can build a real estate empire, right? And the way we can build a real estate empire is by enrolling other agents into your organization. So you may know other people who want to participate in this that they may want to earn some more money. They may want to, they may be on the thing of impacting different people, making people aware of this, whatever their motivation may be. But you can enroll them in your organization. They have the same opportunity that you have. right? But when they start to close deals, you're going to earn off of those deals as well. So on your levels 2 through 5, you earn 2% on all those deals. So if that same $10,000 deal came in on your level 3, you earn 2% off of that deal. That means you will earn $200 off of a $10,000 deal that you may have had nothing to do with. That is incredible to me. Now, as it goes to your level 6 through 8, you earn 1% off of all of those deals. Now, the company didn't stop there because they also added profit commission. So with profit commission on, you're going to get paid profit commission on 5 levels of your organization. But you do have to qualify for agent level 4 to be able to take advantage of this. And I'm going to go over that in just a second. But think about, once you qualify for this, your first level, all the passive income that's being paid out in your organization on that first level, you're going to earn 5% of it. So if that's $1,000 being paid out every day, then you're going to earn $50 a day. But what about it when your organization continues to grow? And if that grows to $2,000 a day, now you're making $100 a day. Do you know? Look, 100. Hold on. I just said your passive income that's being paid out in your organization grows to $2,000 a day, right? And you're going to go from $50 a day to $100 a day, Monday through Friday. That's $500 a week. I saw a stat a long time ago that said $500 a month will take most people out of foreclosure.
Mm-hmm.
It'll change their financial situation. But what if you can help some, like they come in, they do this, and you grow this to just off of this one level, $2,000 being paid out every day, and you are earning $100 a day. That's game changing money for people. $500 a week, man. And look, this is different from, and I always compare it to other network marketing companies, right? Because if you look at network marketing or MLM, if you look at those things, most of the time your residual income is paid off of what? Either there's auto ship, or it's
Mm-hmm.
off of it's off of subscription payments, but it's always based on somebody paying money, right? Over here, it's based off people getting paid. So you don't have to worry about that passive residual income stopping because somebody credit card declined. Right? Like we know it always happen, right? If you've been in network marketing, I don't care what you've been in, is one day that auto ship gonna try to go through for that $300 worth of soap. And they're gonna say, I don't want no more soap, and they're gonna block that credit card.
It's stacked up in the garage.
Oh yeah, it's stacked up in the garage. I can't take no more soap, no more coffee. I don't want no more of the weight loss pills. I already lost the weight. Right? I don't want no more of them. Right? Even the trading platforms. I was involved in the trading platform. It was like, look, I learned how to trade. I don't need your stuff no more. Right? Right. So I'm telling you, it's different things that happen. But over here, we have nobody. I guarantee you, there's nobody hitting Emily up in support and saying, "Look, can you please stop sending me this money every month, every day,
Right.
rather?" Nobody's hitting Emily up saying, "Can you stop it? Can you cancel my payments every day?" So this is something that's going to continuously come to you every single day, and that's what I like about this. Now, this also blew me away, the agent levels, right? I got excited about this because with the agent levels, and I'll tell anybody, if you're looking at this and you're saying I want to get started, if you know you're going to share this with other people, start as an agent first. And I'm gonna tell you that's a strategic thing. So you start as an agent and then purchase your property if you know you're going to be an agent anyway, right? So you start as an agent because now, through this program, your personal purchases are going to count towards your turnover. What? Yeah. That's why I love this program, because somebody can come over here, not have a network, not be a builder, and they still can accelerate through our agent levels. So you can come on and be an agent and purchase your share of a property at $500 and automatically qualify yourself as a level 1 agent without having to refer anybody, recruit anybody, or sell anything. Same thing with all our levels. So you can elevate the level 2 with $3,000 of turnover. It could be your own personal purchases. I have people who come in and they purchase that villa in Los Angeles, right? And they purchase a share of the villa. It's $3,120 to get a share of the villa. So when they purchase that share of a villa in Los Angeles, they automatically qualify themselves for level two. My wife even did it herself. She automatically qualified herself as a level two agent by just purchasing her share of a property as an agent. Same thing as you go up to level three. The same stuff. I had somebody just yesterday. I helped get started. They started with 14,000. They automatically qualified themselves as agent level three. And guess what they got? They got $130 in cash because they got all those bonuses, and they got $800 in e tokens through all the achievements and everything that they got. That's incredible, right? Like from day one, you mean I'm making money? I just signed up. I made money on day one because I signed up and purchased a property. That's powerful right there, right? And
Wow.
so
That,
it's a big difference buying $5,000 worth of coffee.
yeah.
That's no shade to anybody, anything either, right? I'm just saying it's a big difference, right? So, but yeah, guys, this is amazing right here. And remember, I said qualify for agent level four, guys. Agent level four is only $25,000 of qualified volume here, right? So $25,000 is going to get you 500 e tokens and $250 in cash that's going to be paid to you. This is
Interesting.
not, man. I've been in organizations and the companies where they're like, hey man, you got to have 110 representatives. You know what I'm saying? Before you get to
Right.
these levels and stuff. So this is
And you don't
powerful.
get the bonus money. You don't get the bonus money till the end of the month on the
And
15th.
Yeah.
man, there you go, man. Thank you for bringing that out. I didn't even have to say it, man. I'm telling you, that's the thing. You get the bonus money to the end. As a matter of fact, if you made commission, where you get that at the end of the month, right? Like stuff like
That's
that.
right.
You get the
Hmm.
commission at the end of the month. Ours is immediately, guys, and that's what's so powerful about this, right? Now, I also got excited because you can get to level 10, right? And that's $1 million of volume. Remember, I told you guys this is real estate, so don't look at that as a big number. But you get to level 10, $1 million of volume, then that means that you're going to be a level 10 agent. You're going to get 10,000 e tokens. That means that you're going to be able to go in and spend that money wheel a bunch of times, and then you're going to get $10,000 cash, which you can withdraw in crypto, and that drops into your wallet immediately, right? So you can withdraw that, do whatever you want to, or if you want to use that to purchase more shares of property, you can actually do that as well. But what I like about this is that they don't make you requalify for this agent level 10, but they do reset this table so you can earn all of these bonuses again through your next $1 million of volume that you bring into the company, right? So the next $1 million that comes in of turnover, you get to earn this over $20,000 of bonuses over again, over and over again. It's a continuous cycle of bonuses that you're going to have from this, right? And so I like this that somebody can come in and not only you can either be their self, they can self qualify with their own purchases. They can refer people who just going to come in and purchase property shares, and they can use that, or it could be their agents and their clients that help you hit this turnover here with the company. So I love that right here, guys. So that's another phenomenal thing. And once again, we break down the revenue share system right here. So 100% of your personal purchases will count towards your turnover. And then on your first level is 80%. On your second level is 40%. On your third level is 20%. On your fourth level is 10%. And on levels 5 through 8, it's just 5%. Right. So I love this before the sustainability of our compensation plan. Right.
Hmm.
So this is going to make it so we make money not, and it's not just a good time, but it's a long time. All right,
Hmm.
because that's what I'm always looking for. I'm like, man, I want to be in this thing for a long time. I want to be making money for a long time, and I'm glad that they actually did go ahead and set this up this way. Now I know our call is getting a little bit long, so I'm start wrapping some things up. But I did want to go into the platform really quick and just share some things with some people here, so people can see how powerful this is. So I wanted to go over to the real estate really quick. And guys, we have several different properties on our platform that you can actually participate in. So one that we have is our Miami property here that we could get a $10 share of here. It starts with $10, but you can put as much as you want to in it. We do have a property that's located in Seattle, Washington. This one is almost sold out. So if you want to get a share of this one, you better move fast on it, right? There was 65,000 tokens that were issued, and over 59,000 tokens have already been purchased for this property. Now, this one starts at $117 for you to get a share of, but you can put as much as you would like into it. We do have a house that's as a oceanfront property that's located in Arch Cape, Oregon. This one starts at $480 for you to get a share of it, but it pays great passive income. It's projected to pay over $56 per month for you, over $672 in a year if you do just that minimum amount of the 480. But once again, you can put more in there if you wanted to. Now, this is one of my favorite properties on the platform. This is I think this is still within the accessible area. But this one is a villa that's located in Bel Air in Los Angeles, California. This is a very nice property right here. You can get a share of it for as little as $31,020. Not 31,000. It would normally be like 31,000, but it's $3,120, right? $3,120 for you to get a share of it, and it's going to earn you a passive income of over or around $400 per month, right? And I actually have two shares of this property now,
Me too.
and I love this. Yep, you got two shares too.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, there you go. This is a great property to be in, man, and I love this one here also. Now, the Bali Villa that we were talking about, this one's been totally sold out,
Mhm.
so you can't get a share of this one, man. But this was very popular. It only took us 4 months to sell this one out. So, guys, it lets you know that the concept is working, right? $6,740 was the minimum amount to get a share of this property, but then this one was paid out of cash flow at that amount for over $930 per month, and per year it's over $11,121, which is incredible there, right? Last one I'm gonna talk about tonight. We have more properties, but this is the commercial property. This is also one of my favorite properties here, right? So this is a commercial property that is in Phoenix, Arizona. It has some major tenants in this, retail tenants that are in this property. So this one is very nice. It's $10,270 for you to get a share of this one, but it pays a cash flow of over $1,500 per month. In fact, my first 30 days, I earned about $1,700 from this property right here, which is incredible. Also, in a year, it's going to pay you over $18,000. And think about this, guys. Your $10,000 really working hard for you. In the 18 months, I want everybody listening to this, right? In the 18 months, your $10,000 earns you over $30,000.
Hmm.
Over $30,000. Just your 18 months, not including the 10% annually after that. Just in the 18 months, over $30,000. Wow. You
Mhm.
see people talking about that. But I want to break something else down, right? Really quick. I like to talk about this with this property. And if you're deciding to become an agent or if you're deciding just to participate passively, this is going to blow your mind. So if you guys are taking notes, right? Everybody that's taking notes on the call right now, please make sure you start writing this down. Now we could get you this document if you need it. We have this a document available for people. But look, I want to show you how we could give you a strategy or a roadmap to get to a financial goal of yours, right? And a lot of people tell me all the time that they have a goal of hitting $10,000 a month. That's like the holy grail of passive income, if you will, right?
Right.
So $10,000 per month passively would change most people's lives, right? And look, yo, let's get some reactions in there. You guys, if you know how to do the reactions, just go down to the bottom and do the reactions. Do the reaction with some fire or some hearts, right? If that $10,000, or I see somebody dropping to 100, y'all just do the reaction there for me. That's powerful, right? Look, do the reactions. There you go. We got the reactions coming through. So what I want to tell you guys is that this is amazing, but I'm going to show you how to get to $10,000 a month, and you do not have to come up with more money out of your pocket after your initial investment, and you do not have to go out and refer anybody or recruit anybody to make this. So we're talking about a total passive reinvestment strategy. So guys, if you start with 10,500, right? If you have that discretionary capital there to do this, you can start with 10,500. You can actually purchase a share of our commercial property there in Phoenix, Arizona. Your daily returns Monday through Friday are going to range from 0.61% up to 0.81%. That monthly yield is going to be paid out for 22 days, right? That's 14% up to 18.6%. The active phase duration is for 18 months. Your profitability is going to be your profit is going to range anywhere from 1450 up to 1915 the first month. But what we've seen is that on average you're going to earn $1,700, right? From your property. So $1,700 in the first month. So month one, 1,700. No, we know that's not enough to buy another share of that commercial property. But look, if you go from 1,700 the first month, month two, you're gonna earn another 1,700. That takes you up to $3,400 you've earned from this property in 2 months. Your 10,000 has earned you $3,400 in 2 months. Game changer, right? Now, if you continue to do the same thing, just let your profits accumulate. And then by month six, you've accumulated $10,200. At that point, you have enough to buy another share of the commercial property. So now you've taken your passive monthly income from 1,700 up to $3,400. Man, do you know? Look, guys, you got your money working real hard for you. Do you know there's people who go out there and work 40 hours a week and they don't bring home $3,400 a month? Not knocking anybody. I'm just saying there's people who go out and work 40, 50 hours a week and they don't bring home $3,400 in a month. But now you got your money out there working so hard for you in these properties that it's bringing you $3,400 a month home.
And I get all the 3,400.
There you go.
Every penny of it.
There you go.
Somebody may be making $3,400 a month, but after taxes hit you, you ain't bringing home $3,400 a month.
Talk to him. That's what I'm talking about, man. You know it. That's what we get all of this, man. Y'all hear it, right? Now, here's what we do is in this strategy. By month 12, right? You've earned enough because you're making $3,400 a month. By month 12, you can actually buy two more shares of the commercial property, right? Two more shares. So you buy two more shares of it. Now you've taken your passive income from $3,400 a month up to $6,800 per month. Now, look, this is where you started. Okay, this is reality, right? This is really hitting home now. $6,800 a month passively. Now, because you're making $6,800 a month, it only takes you 2 more months. I mean, no, 3 more months. 3 more months for you to be able to buy two more shares of commercial properties. 3 months. So by month 15, you're at 6 shares of the commercial property, and you're now taking your passive income up to $10,200 per month. It took you 15 months to go from 10,500 to $10,000 per month. Now on the low end, we got to get you to all the numbers. So on the low end, you're looking at $9,800 a month by month 16. But I think everybody on the call, if you shot for 10,000 and you landed at 9,800, I don't think nobody mad at us. Right? Nobody's mad. On the aggressive end, you'll be making about 11,000 a month by month 15. But let's just take the $10,200 per month, right? So now you're making $10,200 a month at month 15. So it took you that amount to get there, right? It took you 15 months. But somebody's saying right here, well, you said the active phase lasts for 18 months. So that first property share I bought is going to expire. Well, it's going to move into passive, not expire. It's going to move into passive at 18 months, right? After 18 months. And I say, you're absolutely correct. But in 3 months, let me explain this up. In 3 months, you just made $30,000. From month 15 to month 18, you just made $30,000. So what I suggest that you do from that point on, right, is to take $10,270 of that 30,000. And what do? You buy another share of that commercial property because you're going to keep the money flowing. Here's the secret, guys. Here's the secret right here. It says, sow where you want to grow and sow to stay in the flow.
Mm, mm, mm,
Right? Sow where you want to grow and sow to stay in the flow because you want to keep that money flowing. Big
mm.
shout out to my guy Lambo Drew because he blessed me with that one, right? I always said sow where you want to grow, but when we was having dinner the other night, he said, "Man, there's another part to it." He said, "Sow where you want to grow and sow to stay in the flow." And so, I added that part to it. Big shout out to my guy Lambo Drew. I see him on. So, but look, guys, you can keep the money flowing. That's where people mess up a lot of times, right? People mess up a lot of times. What they do is they stop sowing and they start eating their seed.
Mm,
Man, come on,
Woo!
man.
They
mm,
start eating their seed, right? And so you don't want to stop eating. You got to keep sowing if you want to keep growing.
Mm,
So
mm.
I'm just trying to break it down for somebody, but we just gave them a game plan, right? Now, here's what I want to talk about here. This is incredible for somebody who wants a passive strategy.
Man.
But this is incredible for who else? This is a win-win situation because this is incredible for an agent that introduces this to a person. Why? Because you just gave them a strategy for passive income, but you've also created a consistent customer.
Mhm. And
You've
did you mention,
created.
man,
Go ahead.
that did you mention that you ain't talked to nobody yet?
Woo!
This your
Mm,
money
This your
making
money.
money. Man, look, money can make money faster than you can because money don't sleep.
Woo! Look, this is what I used to say. I said, look, when I found out money don't sleep, and I knew money needed to be working for me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Right? If it don't sleep, it needs to be working for me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Hmm.
Man, I'm telling you, this is powerful. This is your money right here. And you haven't even shared this with anybody. Like you said, this is just
Hey,
you. Now, but here's the thing, guys. As an agent, when you share this with somebody and you share this strategy, what's going to happen is this person automatically is going to be going back in. So up front, when they came in, they purchased their first share of a property, you earned $600 right up front because you shared this with them. But guess what? In 6 months, they got the strategy. What are they going to do? They're going to purchase another share of a property. You got paid $600 again in 6 months. Now, hold on. What happens at month 12? They buying two shares. So now you went from making 600 to now when they buy that another two shares, you making 1200.
mm,
Oh, what happens at month 15 when they come back in, they buy another two shares, you make another 1200.
mm.
So I hope everybody is seeing how lucrative this is just to help somebody else get to their passive income goal. At month 18, when they say, I want to keep the money flowing, they're going to buy another share, which is another 600 for you. And because they understand the process of sowing where they want to grow, this is a never ending stream of income for you just on the deal commission you will earn for somebody using this strategy. Wait
wow.
a minute, I left something out. Wait a minute, people, that's not it. Wait a
Mm,
minute. I just helped somebody get to $10,000 a month of passive income. Remember what I told you guys? What did we earn on our first level for profit commission?
mm.
5%.
There it is.
Mm, mm, mm.
What?
Yeah.
So now I earn 5% because they're making $10,000 a month. What's 5% of 10,000? I'm making $500 a month off of the
Yes.
passive profit commission just because they making $10,000 a month.
Mm,
Do y'all see how lucrative? I hope everybody is seeing how lucrative this is. And you only, man, imagine if you shared this strategy and 10 people took you up on a $10,000 a month strategy.
mm.
So on the passive profit commission that you're making, 10 times 500 is what? What? Can you imagine making that amount of money? You got 10 people that you
Mm.
share with just this strategy.
5,000 a month.
And you are now making $5,000 a month out of that, not only including the fact that you doing the strategy. So you making $10,000 a month off of that. Not including the fact that every time they going back in for another share of the property, you making money off of that. Guys, you just 10 people, you're gonna be stacking so much cash, it's gonna grow, it's gonna go crazy. So that's what I share with people, right? And we also, I want to share this really quick and then we're gonna jump. I know we've been on here for a while, but I think this is gonna be very helpful for a lot of people, right? And so I want to show you guys this. Somebody saying, well, Anthony, that's for people who have $10,000. I came up with this calculator right here, right?
Work the same, man.
It doesn't matter if you got $10,000 or $1,000. Let's say $1,000, and you say I want to get to a target monthly income of $500 a month. You may say, look, if I can make that $500, that would stop somebody from experiencing foreclosure. So let's see how fast we could get somebody to $500 a month. If there were $1,000, I'm gonna run the projection on this. Let's run this projection really quick, right? So here it is. If somebody had $1,000 and they wanted to get to $500 a month, the same 15 months. Think about this, guys. If you had $1,000 and put it in your bank, it would never get you to $500 a month of income.
Mm-mm.
But now you can take $1,000, put it over here, and have a reinvestment strategy that'll get you to $1,500 $500 per month in 15 months. That's how powerful this game changer is, right? And this is what I mean by stacking assets. Guys, in this plan, by month 15, you got 33 different shares of properties
Mm.
just by a constant reinvestment strategy. And you never had to come up with any more money out of your pocket. You're using your profits to do the reinvestments. Now, if you wanted to, I could throw a little monkey wrench in there for you, and you might be saying, "Well, look, Anthony, if I add $100 to, will it speed up the process, right?" So we can look at
Maybe.
that, right? So now, if you add $100 per month, it's going to take how it's 11 months.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm.
Mm.
We're gonna speed up the process. Oh, what, Anthony? I got a little bit more discretionary income. I'm gonna add $300 a month. If I add $300 a month and run it at $300 a month, oh, now you get to $1,000 to $500 a month in 7 months.
And
Mm.
you only had to pay that $300 a month for 7 months.
Mm.
That's it.
Come on, man.
Come on.
God.
We got the strategies over here, guys. So whatever you're trying to get to, you can get to your income potential over here. And remember, guys, we're talking about this being just you coming in doing reinvestment. This is not you sharing with anybody. Everything else you make is gravy
Mm.
on top of it. So guys, this is incredible, man. Look, if you guys have enjoyed this so far, because we're about to wrap up, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do a giveaway, right? But we're gonna wrap up. But if you guys have enjoyed this so far, this presentation, yes, let's get some reactions going. You guys get some reactions going there, whether it's fire, whether it's some hearts, 100s, claps, rockets. I see it. I see all the stuff coming through. You guys are absolutely amazing, right? I love this. I love this. We wanted to do this to serve the people, right? And that's why we're on here doing this, guys, which is absolutely incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. So good deal. Hopefully we've weeded out a lot of anybody that came in here to try to distract anything, right? So hopefully we've got that all out of the way. But
Yeah,
what we want to do is we want to do a giveaway, right? And so I'm in a second I'm going to open the chat up, right? And I'm going to open the chat up just so that we can do a giveaway. And who I want to participate in this giveaway is brand new people. Guys, if you already started and you already purchased a share of property, we love you. We thank you for being on, but we want to bless somebody who may not have had an opportunity to get started with this company yet, right? And so that's what we want to do our giveaway for. So if anybody is on, right, that's brand new, that haven't gotten started with the estate, or if you haven't purchased your first share of a property, I want you to participate in this giveaway. Now, what I'm going to do is ask a question from the presentation, and I'm going to open up the chat so you can drop your answer in there, right? And the first one that drops the correct answer to the question, you're going to be a winner tonight, all right? So we're going to once you sign up and everything, we're going to transfer some funds over to your account so you can purchase your first property share, all right? So that's what we're going to do tonight. So I'm gonna open this chat in just a second, but I'm gonna ask the question first, and then I'm gonna open the chat. All right. Don't hurt nobody while you're in there. All right, guys. All right. We're gonna be so so here's the question, guys. Right? What is the first name of the CEO? Boom! Charles was the first one in there. Charles was in, and look, here's the great thing. I think Charles was almost a winner and at the
he
earlier
was.
Yeah.
presentation.
Yeah,
He
he
was
came in
almost
second.
a winner.
Yeah.
So incredible, incredible, Charles. So Charles, it's good. I told you to come back tonight. And he did it, man. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's the persistence that we need, right? So good deal, Charles. So what you do, Charles, is if you haven't signed up, I think you already enrolled for your account, but go ahead and send us the email. Shantae knows all that information. Send us the email that you enroll with, and we're going to go ahead and bless you with your first share of that Miami property. All right. So you're going to be blessed with that, right? So we're going to get you some shares of that Miami property there. So Incredible, incredible, man. This was exciting. Now that we have the chat open, guys, you guys know I love my sevens, right? And the sevens is nearly near and dear to my heart, right? But if you guys enjoy this, just drop some 777s in the chat. 777s in the chat there. There you go, guys. This is absolutely amazing. And somebody asked me, was this recorded? Yes, this is recorded, guys. So we're gonna get this out to the entire community, all of the e-estate community and everything, so that people can check this out and look at it and all of that good stuff, right? So, man, incredible, guys. Look, I wanna ask really quick. And I'm sorry, I probably won't be able to do the Q and A because I do have I got some stuff to do. But I want to ask Coach Rashid,
Mhm.
or Darrell, do you have any questions? I keep calling you Darrell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I look
Oh,
at your
good,
name
man.
and I just pronounce it that way for some reason. I apologize, my brother.
You good, man.
All right. Anything that you want to leave with the people tonight?
Man,
You
look,
know,
I
one,
enjoyed this,
oh, go
man.
ahead, go
Oh,
ahead. Yeah, yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead, Rashid. No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, it's all good. I man, this was just great, man. I just want you to know I was reaching over there because I kept hearing my phone move, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. Just got a bonus. I was like, what?
That's what I'm talking about right there, man.
I did too.
That's what I'm like, this is hot, man. This is hot. So yeah, man. I mean, I'm just grateful, because great people out there. A lot of people that I come in contact with, and we've been building for a long time, and we've been looking for something that we could just really be comfortable, man, and say, look, we're finally turning the corner on this thing, and just building, and so many people can benefit. So man, I'm just like I said, just excited, appreciate the time. Just appreciate, what you're doing, man. A lot of people, they don't understand how much it takes I mean, to consistently do these presentations with that energy.
Oh man.
It's a lot. And in between that, I know you're doing one-on-ones and just so much more. So it's just powerful, man. I mean, you've laid out, everything that people need to know about the program. So I'm just want to give you those flowers, like Lambo Drew always say, man, you got to give those flowers, man, while you're here. So we appreciate you, brother.
Oh, I appreciate you,
Amen.
brother. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you guys. Like I was saying earlier, man, you guys are absolutely amazing. But go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, you good, man. I did everything Coach just said, man. This is amazing. I think we actually need to probably have more settings like this, man. I think it was very informative, very educational. I'm really big on becoming what I call an SME, man, a subject matter expert. And when you become a subject matter expert in anything that you do, that weeds you out from being somebody who's just a recruiter versus somebody who's a sponsor. And that's a whole nother training, man, sponsoring versus recruiting. Because if I sponsored you, I mean, I'm responsible for you and I want to take care of you to make sure you're good. I appreciate you, man, because you do these things, man, two, three, four times a week, man. I don't know how you do it, but you be putting it out there, man. And I too want to give you your flowers, man. I appreciate you and appreciate the opportunity. This is a game changer, man. We have to learn how to get out of our own way. A lot of people are in their own way because they refuse to just accept the information, man. It's all about information, man. If you just allow yourself to receive the information, then process it, and just go out and do your own research. Man, after you've done your research, you see what this thing is on the up and up, man, pull the trigger, guys. We're talking about a $10 difference that can change your life, man. This is an amazing platform, man. So I enjoyed tonight, man. I really enjoyed my time. Appreciate you guys, Coach. Appreciate you, man. And I appreciate you too.
Awesome, awesome, man. Like I said, once again, giving it back to you, man. I'm just so excited to be in the trenches with brothers like yourself and so many other people out there that are building some incredible things, man. And like I said, I'm giving my flowers out to you guys as well, man. This is exciting, man. And definitely, we need to do this again. Well, I'll get with you guys. We'll schedule another session so that we could be a blessing to the community as well. So, man, this has been phenomenal, right? And I'm excited. Where we are is just so we're so far at the beginning still, guys. We haven't even scratched a scratch of the surface yet, right? All the stuff that we've accomplished, these are just the first things, right? These are just it's going to pale in comparison to where we're going, right? And so many things and how many people we're going to be able to bless with this. So man, I'm excited. Look, I'm excited for everybody that's going to get started, and just get back with the person who invited you onto the Zoom, get together, game plan, strategize, do your launch meeting. I've been pushing this big time. Do your launches, right?
Yes.
And what I want to
Yes.
tell you, look here, amateurs start things, professionals launch, right?
Yes, sir.
And here's, you start a car, you launch a rocket. Which one do you
Mm.
want to go? A
Man,
rocket, a car will take you down the road,
Wow.
but a rocket will take you out of space,
Mm. Mm.
right? And that's what I want everybody to do. Let's launch your business, and we're going to be professionals. And what we're going to do is help you launch the right way. We got several leaders that are qualified to go ahead and help you do that. But we'll have your launch calls for your communities, for your the people you want to work with the most, and we'll get you launched and get you off to some phenomenal success. So, guys, that's definitely what we want to do for all of you all, and we're going to take you out of space with this thing, guys. So this is going to be amazing. So I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Let everybody go on with the night. I know it's almost 11 o'clock here Eastern time where I am. But what I want to tell you guys is I always end every call, man. We love and care about each and every one of you, and we definitely want to see all of you all win. So until the next time we do a presentation, guys, we want you all to be blessed. We want you to go out and be successful, and we wish Godspeed on your life, right? So, any other last words, guys, before we wrap up?
I'm good, man. God bless everybody. Appreciate your time tonight.
Awesome. Appreciate everybody. You guys have a great night, and we are out.